don't know if Shinhan is really chipped to defend it. One EMP goes off, and an Arbiter that was in position to possibly stasis some forces. The one tank still siege, not going to be able to do much more. Probably going to get taken out by this Arbiter because these SCVs that are standing right next to it are not repairing it. Oh well, still a lot of Arbiters randomly out in the field for Horang2, not really utilizing everything apparently. Also has a crap load of ground force. I think he might even have weapons too. Not quite sure. I think he has weapons too. Definitely has shields. One. Another EMP going off. I think two spells at the same time. EMP goes off, hits the Arbiter, and Stasis goes off, hits the Science Vessel. 8 o'clock now being established by Horang2. He has absolute control of this game. Absolute control. Most of the battles have been fought on the left side so far. Very close to Shinhan's expansion. It has not been penetrated so far. EMP goes off just before Stasis does get off, though. Hits one Stasis, hits one Science Vessel. The other Stasis hits another Science Vessel alongside a couple of tanks. And I think Horang2 is going to go for it again. Has some Arbiters, but gets fired upon by a few tanks and decides not to go for it. Now an Arbiter that was attacking a tank at the Nacho is going to get killed by this. No! One shot left to kill that thing. Oh well, the Arbiter now just stand around. Peter at the command center, some vultures moving out on the left side. Gets storm, 2 storms going off, missing them. Another storm going off, this time hitting a pretty decent. A lot of vultures. Vultures trying to put out mines, not mines enough. Horang2 actually gonna go for it. Defensive mention goes on the tank, easily get taken out. Even more storms going off. Pretty huge tank line for Shinhan though. I don't think Horang2 is gonna be able to push this. Not good enough position. Shinhan has pretty much put all of his forces at the left side to defend and try to penetrate, to try to take the position there. He needs to do this. This is his only shot. If he manages to clean up all these forces and go for it and take down the position, you're going to be able to do this. Picking off the High Templars. So all the High Templars have been taken out. One single High Templar still stays on. 4 High Templars did go down. One storm going, not hitting anything. So 1 High Templar with 1 less storm and 4 High Templars dead. Tanks moving in again. Now it's going to calm down to Arbiter play. I think there's 1 Arbiter. 1 Stasis going off, hitting all the... most of the tanks is going to be at this. Shinhan's attack is going to fail here. Too bad. No EMPs went off, and that's going to be it. There's also High Templar to get stormed. They're coming off. High Templar in place. All those Dragoons not moving in too closely because there are some supporting High Templar there at the back. And Shinhan is still not established the lower left because there's 1 single cannon there defending it. Oh dear God. Oh man, just horrible for him not being able to take this left side, which honestly should be his positioning. Horang2 just supplying all of his forces towards that position. Another Arbiter gonna fly in, been shot a couple of times, but is ready for anything. He's ready to shot. 1 EMP goes off, misses it though. Still has energy. That Arbiter is still in play. 1 tank there randomly shooting some probes that are running around, distance mining in fact. Arbiter goes off to the back. 2 chases. His 1 catches 2 tanks and a Science Vessel, and the second one catches a lot of tanks again. And the tanks at the front have no support from the back. And now these Dragoons are going to move in and do everything in their power to take them out. Some Dragoons get taken out. High Templars taking some storms. Usually some Surge trying to take out as many of these forces, but Dragoons might be in a little bit too small numbers. Still taking a lot of shelling. And now Shinhan is actually partially distance mining at the lower left. Just planted down his command center very close because he has really not much in the way of resources. Has to try to continue reproducing, and just those 2 stasis. The Arbiter snuck in just from behind, doing a lot. Now the command center is going to have to be floated back because SCV is not going to be able to mine. Just Shinhan in a horrible position. The only thing, he's desperately holding on, just producing a lot of forces. Now a lot of vultures alongside some SCVs going to move in. They're going to try to take off the pylon, try to take out those Dragoons. There's some vultures also penetrating at the opposite side. Some tanks that were not siege, just randomly moving in, all going to get taken out. Some random forces that honestly should not have been taken out. But now Shinhan is going to try to go for the lower left. Mine going off, hitting some Dragoons, doing some pretty good damage. Now the commander is going to go down. Come down, I mean... not get taken out, just, start mining. SCVs should be positioned. There are a lot of forces coming in, though, there. Once this off and goes, 1 of the tanks that was on the ramp, there are vultures coming in, trying to set down mines, but Horang2 does have the ramp. Very few SCVs that are mining, actually. Several Science Vessels that are in position to try their best to EMP something. Storm going off, hitting a tank, and vultures doing a lot of damage. More SCVs now moving in, try to start mining. Zealots running in first, getting in close to the tanks. Dragoons firing from a distance, trying their best. Vultures everywhere, and all the SCVs repairing. Command center in danger there, in horrible peril. A lot of SCVs still repairing, and Horang2 still focusing, trying to take out the 2 o'clock the lower left. Honestly, I think he doesn't have to. I think at this point, Shine might be weak at the natural expansion, and this might actually be a chance for Horang2 because he has a larger army to try to go for a break. But honestly, I'm not seeing too big of an army. Apparently, himself, he's lost a lot of forces. Hasn't really reinforced them. He is reinforcing them very close to his own base, so he might actually be going for recall. I'm not quite sure. He does have a few troops moved up. EMP goes off. Hits it. No, he does not hit the arbiter. Recall does go in. Mostly Zealots moving in right among the tanks. I think that's going to be it. Shine is, at this point, has been compromised. Storm's going off everywhere. Zealots moving in very close. All these tanks are going to be completely killed. You see the look on Shine's face. He knows he's in trouble. That command center goes down. This is going to be game. This is going to be it. There's no way that Shine is coming back after what has happened. It's why he lost that command center. That's going to be it. This is a horrible position for him to be in. Horrible position for him to be in. Shine trying to get some retribution, moving a huge tank line with nothing but science vessels with EMP supporting 2 EMPs going off on the same arbiter, so he can't actually use any stasis. But there's another arbiter in the position that might actually do some stasis, but the tanks are taking out. A lot of the Dragoons are trying to move in to take them out. Some vultures planting mines at the resupply route because there are going to be forces moving in right now. A bunch of Zealots and Horang2 running those right into the mines. A few Zealots first to take out almost all the mines, and now they're going to be very close. Stasis going off, hitting all the tanks, and these are all in a horrible position. One tank going to be hit by the defensive matrix, but that's going to be it. Now, nothing but those stasis tanks. Horang2 has played, both players played a beautiful game here, but Horang2 just managed to get an economic advantage, managed to hold it, managed to prevent Shine from getting more expansions, the amount of expansions that he needed. Shine is desperately trying to mine from a distance. You can see the look on his face. He knows he's lost this. This is indeed going to go to an ace match. Horang2 showing that he's not just a cheeser. Knows, like Naro, he can play a good game. Now just basically seeing a view of a person just before he GG's. Shine trying to come to terms himself with the fact that he has lost this. Those tanks are going to unstasis. Storm going off, hitting it, and Dragoon's trying to kill it. Now one more CC coming in, putting down from a distance, probably because of a probe that was trying to harass and mining everything he can from a distance, desperately trying to get some minerals with our critical number. Look at that critical mass of arbiters. I think it's 5 secret arbiters. At this point, he's using those arbiters simply as troops, just to attack that one single tank. You never use arbiters are of course auxiliary troops, casters, and you don't use them for aggressive numbers, but hey, that's what's happening there. Stasis going off, hitting some vultures that were trying to do some harassment, trying to take out some probes, but Stasis freezes them in the tracks. Zealots taking out all of these SCVs that are mining. SCV gonna float off in jeopardy there, and at this point China has lost. We're gonna see if he pops in. GG there. GG, caps lock GG. Has to feel a little bit frustrated. Honestly, I feel Shine could have taken that game. Problem was he allowed Horang2 to really just expand as much as he wanted. Did a pretty good harassment early on in the game with vultures, but honestly he allowed Horang2 to have pretty much free reign of the map. And I honestly believe that's what got him lost. So it is going to come to an ace match. Gonna see who has it, who has what it takes. I assume Hite are gonna be fielding Lita, not quite sure. Of course, at this point KT has a lot of options. There's always Flash, but Flash already played a tough game against Lita. There's Luxury always, but you know, it's all comes depending on the map or what. So yeah, great game by both players. Horang2 doing a great job to get Hite into the ace match. So the Sparkyz and the Magicians are going to be facing off there. GG guys, ranching out. Thanks for listening.